Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 11th episode of the Energica Electrifying Podcast. This is your host, EVJ Val. I'm pretty sure you can sense some excitement in the air, and that's obviously because MotoE will be back on track in 5 weeks. MotoGP.com has released yesterday the updated calendar for MotoGP, which includes, obviously, the FIM NL MotoE World Cup. It will be 6 events at 3 different venues, with back-to-back racing weekends starting from July the 19th at Jerez de la Frontera. Misano, with 3 individual races and Le Mans, will complete this unusual but very anticipated season. We have a chance to talk about this great news with one of the quickest riders in the MotoE field, one who was able to get on the top step of the podium already last year in the electric series of MotoGP, powered, of course, by Energica. From Finland, racing with number 66 for the Avant Ajo MotoE team, his name, Niki Tuuli. Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, at the moment, really good. I'm feeling good.
So we do have a calendar. Can you believe it? When it came out yesterday, I thought it was something incredible because we've been expecting it for so long, and we finally have it.
Yeah, it's good news. Everybody can do what they like to do, and I think everybody have a big fire in the mind to get on the track. So it's a good news for all the world, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I was looking yesterday at the calendar, and it's actually quite interesting, especially for MotoE, because having back-to-back rounds, Jerez two events, Misano 2 events with 3 races, and Le Mans, which we never raced before because technically it should have been in this year's calendar, that it was scrapped off, means a lot more track time and a lot of chance to be readier for races, which is something that in some way for MotoE there's been some, not complaints, but people will say we can't do many laps, there are not too many sessions, and now they're like 2 events in a row at three tracks. So what do you think about this this fourth change, but it's a change nonetheless for this year?
Yeah, I think it's a really good change because I think everybody needs more track time at MotoE, and there was one free practice day last year, and everybody liked a lot. So now we get more track time. So for me also, because I have long break after the injury, so for me it's really good. But at least we have this year the races, because first I thought we don't race at all. So
Yeah.
for me everything is okay at the moment. I just want to ride.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw you at the test in March. You were fit to race, but I kind of saw you like even walking. You were a little bit like still not 100%. Are you 100% now, completely?
About my condition, I've been training a lot. That way I feel I'm 100%, but about my bone inside my leg, it's not ready. It's not 100% healed, or how I need to say it.
Yeah.
But in March, it was totally broken still, because there was a problem about the first surgery, what they made in Italy.
Yeah.
And I need to make surgery again in Finland. And after that, it started to heal. So 5 months I waste time because I didn't go to surgery.
Yeah.
But after that, it's getting better. So I feel ready. The leg
Yeah.
is no problem anymore.
Yeah, I was really heartbroken last year in Misano with the crash. I mean, it was really, 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 really a tough crash. You lost the grip of the bike, but yeah, it all kind of triggered a domino effect that, in racing, I think it's what happens when you race together with other people on track. So
Yeah.
it could have been just a slide, but it
Yeah,
turned out
yeah,
to be a lot worse. So
yeah,
it's a yeah, it was a real shame. Also because you proved to be one of the fastest guys out there, but that should be, I guess, it should be like also some kind of will to you can be fast.
yeah,
So
yeah. I think yeah we know I can be fast, but I need to be a little bit more smart when I'm riding. So of course, when you do mistakes, you can learn it. And yeah, I think this year I just need to be more calm and not trying to push so hard every time when I go on the track. So it was
yeah.
problem last year, maybe a little bit, but
How
you
can a
can.
rider manage to be, you say, because it's for non-riders, for non-motorcycle racers, like professional racers like me. When we hear like I don't have to push too much, but then you're out there and you're like, how easy for you guys to know exactly how fast you are on the racetrack, and you say not push too much, but still be fast at the same time.
Yeah, it's really difficult. It's a how to say it's a mind game. Of course, every time you go out, you need to be try to be fast, but in the right time, you need to push a little bit more. So
Yes.
there is times when you need to really push or just to ride as fast as you can. So just need to manage how you feel, and then you need to make it happen. So
No,
I think
absolutely.
that's the key. Like we saw last year, like Matteo Ferrari, he wasn't really fast, in the first races. Of
Yes.
course, in Misano, he became to be, top guys, but he was
Yes.
always there, like top five, close, and he won the championship. So it's not about the, qualifying or just one race. I just need to think all the championship,
Yeah, obviously.
more. Of course, I think it, but I need to think more, even more. So.
Yeah, and also in a seven round championship such as MotoE, like one DNF is huge. So
Yes, yes.
in so I was you told me like a couple of days ago that you actually I know it sounds weird, but you say I actually have a job, I actually work. It means that you have something else aside from racing. Is it something that you always done? And what is it, if we may know what it is?
Um, yes, I've been always working like a normal. Of course, we are normal people, but
No.
normal people go to work every morning,
Yeah.
and that's what I always done. I have
Yes.
been in a couple of places. Of course, it needs to be a place where you can get free when you have races. So
Of course.
it's always been one of my sponsors where I work.
Okay.
One place was like a CNC machining.
Yeah.
Like we didn't do frames for the motorbike, but like every frame, like Kalex, they make, by CNC machining.
Yes.
So, and then next job was I did insulations, like,
Okay.
in the big buildings, every, pipes in top of the building. We made
Yeah.
insulations there. And at the moment, I'm working on a bike shop. We fix bikes and we sell new bikes. So
Oh, that's great. That's
yeah, we
great.
have like all kind of bikes. We have road bikes, mountain bikes, e-bikes, uh, every kind of bikes. It's really nice job. I like
I,
a lot.
I actually like. I just bought myself a bicycle, like a gravel bike. You probably
Yeah,
know which
yeah.
one it is, and
So
yeah. So interesting, very interesting. It's a completely different world. So how do you manage the schedule with training and work? I mean, your day must be completely full, I would
yeah,
say.
it's normally when I wasn't at the work. I train in the morning and also again in the afternoon. At the moment, I train really early in the morning. Like I said, I woke up like 7 o'clock every morning.
Yeah.
I go out with the dogs, then I eat my breakfast, then I go training, and
Yeah.
from training, I go straight to work. I'm at the work. I'm 11 to 6 p.m. After
Yes.
that, I go training again, and then I come home. I go out with my dogs, and next day same. So
How many dogs do you have?
we have two with my
Uh,
girlfriend.
what dogs are they a specific breed or any?
It's a poodle, a
Okay.
really small dog. So,
Okay. Okay.
but my day is quite long. It's like 14 hours, 12 hours when I leave home. So it's
Okay.
quite busy.
Yeah, yeah, no, I can imagine. I can imagine. And speaking of racing, obviously you race for team from Team Ajo Motorsport, which is fellow countrymen in Finland, and there has been a little tradition of motorcycle racing in Finland. But how is it perceived in Finland as a discipline? Is it famous or? Is there are other disciplines which are more famous? I'm asking because I know a very little bit of Finland in terms of sport.
Um, I think it's famous in Finland. In the past, like 70s or 80s, it was really, really big thing here in Finland, bikes.
Yes.
At the moment, I feel it's coming more bigger again because Kymiring, hopefully the race will be, and I'm sure next year it's on the calendar, so we can make this sport even more bigger here in Finland.
Yeah.
And because about the famous motorsport in Finland is more like rally,
Okay.
because
Of course. Of course.
we have winter here.
Yeah.
The bike season is not so long,
Yeah.
and yeah, but I think it's coming bigger again. So I hope that because we have really good, you know, times in the past with
Yeah.
bikes. So and also Ajo Motorsport, I think it's many people realized it's a big thing in the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think the bikes are it's everybody appreciate a lot in Finland.
Okay. That's really good to hear. Yeah. Unfortunately this year there was no debut
Yeah,
with the Finnish GP, but yeah, it is what it is. And you told me actually that during the coronavirus, this coronavirus situation kind of helped you a lot. I mean, you meant in a physical way, but is there any other thing that you learned from this situation about yourself? Because, for example, I've been stuck at home in Barcelona for
yeah, yeah.
for the first time ever without traveling, and it kind of helped me focusing on myself and finding out, getting a little bit more balance compared to a life where you always kind of travel from somewhere to somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think my situation is a little bit different than yours in Europe. Of course, we are also in Europe, but in Finland we didn't need to be, inside the house.
Yes.
We have also, you cannot do, everything, but I can go out, I can go training. The gym was open. I can go ride supermoto. Of course, we had winter, so not many times, but of course, I learned many things, because you cannot do everything. You need to manage to, work inside or
Yeah.
it's difficult to say but for me, it didn't change my, normal life, what I do normally so
Yes.
much. So I think my situation was a little bit different like yours in Spain.
Yeah, of course. No, in Spain it's been like proper lockdown, such as
Yeah,
Italy.
yeah.
And they've been the kind of
Okay.
two most affected
Yeah, I
in
think
Europe.
that's quite difficult to just be inside the house.
Yeah, it was. But I don't want to sound a little bit cliche, but
Yeah,
a lot of people say it's really tough. Yeah, but there was, in the past, people were stuck at home with bombs on their heads,
yeah,
flying over
yeah, yeah.
the sky, I don't want to, I mean, it's been extremely tough for people, especially people who lost their loved ones
Yes, yes.
and but it's and a lot of people actually had to deal with partners and family that they never really dealt with on a consistent basis, so they kind of brought out all the problems that,
Yes,
that they
yes.
might have been there. But still, it's it's something that there have been worse times, I guess, for humanity.
Yeah.
So I think
Yes, I can.
people who could improved and
Yes.
worked on themselves. So if you start the season now that you know that you're going to start the season in a sort of like 5 weeks or something like that,
Yeah.
are you gonna change your type of training, or is it gonna stay the same just to be ready?
Yes, we changed the how to say schedule what I do.
Yeah.
We made it a little bit different, and I tried to lost a little bit of weight, and also I start to do more like race weekend. Manage to make my weekends like it's a race weekend, so it can help a little bit, but nothing really big. So normally I go to work and that's
And
it.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, it keeps your
uh,
mind busy, that's for sure.
yeah, yeah. But it's also
So
good, I realized when I was riding Supersport and also Moto2, you I need to have something else than only racing and practicing. When you go work, you forget, every, racing things, and you focus on the work what you do. So it helped me, mentally a lot to have
yeah,
work also. It's not a bad thing for me. It helped to keep my mind, uh,
busy. Keep your
yes,
mind
yes,
busy and keep your mind entertained on different levels rather than just
yes,
racing. Because I think the risk you can get into is that a full-time races, which is now is the almost the normality that like
yeah, yeah,
majority of
yeah,
people just focus on racing, but then then all you think about is racing every day, and the fact is, if you don't have in your head, like if you, in my opinion, if you just have to find, racing careers like span until 40 years old if you're like
yes,
the longevity of your career is very high, but that's after that,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you still have to do something,
yeah,
so
yes,
it's good to have in the back of your head the fact that there's you're doing something else. And
yes, yes.
so what about what you, I know it's been a long time, but what about what you saw at the test in terms of competition? Do you think it's going to be tougher this year with the field that there is, the number of riders that there are, and the type of riders that they are?
Yeah, I think it will be much more tighter than last year. Also, last year it was, I think some races were more tight, what we expected. But I think this year it will be really, really difficult to be on the top because, like on a test, we saw new riders and also the riders who wasn't so fast last year take a big step during the winter, and but it will be really, really difficult to be on the top, but I will do my best. But for sure it will be more tighter than last year,
No, no,
I'm
for sure.
sure.
Yeah, I saw the test already showed it, and And you seem to be the rider who actually, one of the riders who actually stepped on the bike and actually made it work straight out of the box. What did you, uh, how long did it really take you to get up to speed with the bike, with the Energica
Um,
Corsa?
it happened quite fast because since first time I ride with the MotoE, I feel it's really fun to ride, and it's really nice bike to ride. Um, many people think it's the weight is the problem, but I think the weight helps also to bike work that good how it works, and it happened really. I didn't need to change my riding style so much or nothing. It just happened. It feels good to ride. And also in a test this year in March, there was some improvements about the cooling system and also suspension. And
Yeah.
I feel it helped a lot to improve the bike, how you can ride it. So I'm happy about that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Nikki, for being part of this podcast. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on track again because it's been a while, and you
Yeah.
have probably one of the most spectacular riding styles, especially MotoE. Like the way you carry the bike is always a pleasure to watch.
Yeah,
So
that's nice to hear.
yeah, I know it is, and seeing well from the screen and on by the track side, it's really great. So looking forward to seeing you, and I hope you have great rest of preparation, and well, you take care.
Yeah, thanks. See you soon in Jerez.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I'll be there, but yeah, that's it every week with every
Yeah,
guest. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't think I'll be traveling,
Yeah,
but yeah, it would be good to see MotoE back on track for sure. And
yes.
you guys,
Yeah.
you take care.
Take care. You too.
Bye bye.
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 Bye. And that's it for the 11th installment of the Energica Electrifying Podcast. We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and we cannot wait to see our beloved Ego Corsa machines and all the MotoE riders back on track. To stay up to date with all our content, please follow us on social media and check out our website at www.energicamotor.com. See you next week!